Okay, good morning, everyone. Welcome. Let's call to order this hearing of the Assessment Appeals Board for March 9th, 2015. And we'll start by asking our clerk, Brendan, to call roll.
Board Member Sisk.
Present.
Board Member Curtis.
Present.
Board Member Stern.
Present. Thank you. And now I'll ask that everyone please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. If you intend to provide testimony today, please remain standing afterward and we'll get you sworn in. Okay, ready? Begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, great.
So anyone that's going to be coming up to talk to the board needs to be standing. Please raise your right arm. When I complete reading your oath, please state I do. You solemnly affirm that the testimony you're about to give and the matters now pending before this board will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Thank you. You may now be seated.
Great. Thanks, Mr. Vlahakis. And we'll go next to our agenda review. And for those who have not been here at a hearing before, we'll first go through all the items on the agenda to determine the status of each and which might move forward today versus any other action that we could just take care of right away. So we'll start with a group of agenda items that hopefully we can make a decision on right away. Then we'll check the status of the rest and come back for any that will be actually heard today. So we'll go now to the reading of the agenda review.
The clerk of the board recommends approval of the agenda review by the Assessment Appeals Board. The agenda review consists of the following items. Item number 45, application number 14-10018, applicant Javier Irby, denied due to lack of appearance. Item number 46, application number 14-10019, applicant Giles Renaud, denied due to lack of appearance. Item numbers 47 through 48, application number 14-10028 and 14-10029, applicant Greg, I'll spell last name, Tchejeyan, continue to April 6, 2015, pending receipt of revisional stipulation. Item number 49, application number 14/10085, applicant Walter Stuckney, denied due to lack of appearance. Item number 51, application number 14-10102, applicant MKRRP 225 West Hillcrest Drive, LLC, removed from the agenda due to submission of a withdrawal. Item number 61, application number 14/10252, applicant Jerry Boyer, denied due to lack of appearance. Item number 62, application number 14-10292, applicant Tactide Marine Corporation, removed from the agenda due to submission of a withdrawal. Item number 65, application number 14/10376, applicant Fruition Properties LLC, denied due to lack of appearance. Item number 66, application number 14-10433, applicant Thomas Romansky, denied due to lack of appearance. Item number 68, application number 14-10477, applicant Dream Artisan. We'll remove that from the agenda review. They are present today. So skipping.
Which number was that?
68 will remain on the agenda.
Okay.
Apologize. 69, item number 69, application number 14-10501, applicant American Pacific Mortgage, Greg Abrams, removed from the agenda due to the clerk of the board failing to provide the assessor's office with required 30-day notice of applicant's appearance. The clerk of the board has made arrangements for this to be heard on another date. Item number 72, application number 14-10666, applicant Bruce Botnick, denied due to lack of appearance. Item number 74, application number 14-10741, applicant Ojai Orange Grove LLC, denied due to lack of appearance. Item number 75, application number 14-10759, applicant Coast United Advertising, denied due to lack of appearance. Item number 76, application number 14-10776, applicant Cassie Parker, removed from the agenda due to submission of a withdrawal. Item number 77, application number 14-10783. Applicant City of Santa Paula, removed from the agenda due to submission of a withdrawal. Item number 79, application number 14-10814. Applicant Orchard Supply Company, LLC, denied due to lack of appearance. That completes the agenda review.
Okay, great. Are there any questions or comments from the board? Okay, so looking for a motion to approve the agenda review.
So moved. Second.
Okay, and Mr. Vlahakis, oh yeah, the answer to my question is yes, because I see on our screen that we're...
I can do it. We're having issues with it, so I have to just ignore the computers.
Okay, moved by Mr. Sisk and seconded by Mr. Curtis, and motion carries. So we'll now go back through the remaining items on the agenda to determine their status, and we'll start with item 6, application 13-10777. Applicant is Green Energy Holdings, and it looks like this is continued from 2 other dates.
Yes, and a stipulation to continue had been submitted. The clerk denied it and spoke with the applicant, who said they would be appearing this morning. I do not see the applicant here. I informed the applicant that they would be denied due to lack of appearance if they did not appear today. So they're fully aware of the consequences. Not sure where they are, though.
Okay, so checking again, anyone here representing Green Energy Holdings, LLC? Okay, and any comments from the assessor's office?
Hi, Kent Meyer, Ventura County Assessor's Office. Good morning, Mr. Chair.
Good morning.
We were expecting them to be here also because we did want to continue this. I'm not sure why they're not here. You might want to consider tabling this, see if they arrive late.
Okay, so why don't we do that? We'll trail item 6 and come back to it a little bit later. Next, items 7 through 42, applications 13-10950 through 955, 13-10957 through 75, and 13-10977 through 87. Applicant is Eleanor Rasnow.
Good morning. I'm Tina Rasnow. Eleanor Rasnow is right here. And I have Mike Hanley from the Board of Realtors.
Good morning. Welcome.
Do you need my address for the record?
No.
No? Okay.
So I'll just ask a couple questions and to get us started with understanding the status. Are you prepared to move forward with an appeal today?
What I'd like to do is to request a continuance to May 4th because we filed another appeal that is scheduled for hearing on the 4th. It involves the same issues. And we have Mr. Hanley is trying to find a buyer for the property. Obviously, if we are able to sell it, then this whole issue goes away. If we're not able to sell it, then we'd be able to better establish if there's no value because we're not able to donate it. If that would be okay to continue it to May 4th.
Okay, thank you. We'll get a little bit more information from the assessor and go from there.
Hi, Kent Meyer, Ventura County Assessor's Office. I spoke with Ms. Rasnow last week. It's my opinion that this is not a valuation issue. She stated on the phone at that time that she has no issue with the assessed values of the property. She has issues with special assessments that are applied to the taxes. Because of that, we have no jurisdiction over any special assessments. The board has no jurisdiction over special assessments. I'd like these to be dismissed under burden of production.
Okay. And so is I guess we'll need to look quickly at the application, or we can come back to this item. I don't believe I have. This is one probably that we had not, we probably don't have the applications with us right now. Is that right? Okay. Okay, so Mr. Meyer, again, the application is a Prop 8 decline in value and also checked as, there's an item related to not having municipal water, which might be maybe a factor in that appeal. So, and you are saying that it is not, in fact, a decline in value appeal?
Based on specific comments that Ms. Rasnow has made, her issue is special assessments, not valuation.
Okay. And is the assessor prepared to move forward with the case, or
We're not prepared
it
to
sounds
move
like your contention is that there shouldn't be a hearing in terms of lack of production, but still prepared to move forward?
We're not prepared to move forward.
Okay. Any questions from the board for right now?
Maybe we should just continue it
And,
per the applicant.
right. If we do continue, is the assessor agreeable to a continuance date of May 4th?
Yes, but I'd like to bring your attention to one application specifically.
Okay.
13-10952. 100952.
Okay, so that's the third one in our packet.
10952.
Okay.
This is a parcel that's 2,878 square feet in size. On the application, Ms. Rasnow put down that the value was $100. We had it assessed for less than $7,000. 3 months after filing this application, she sold this property for $27,000. And again, her issue is with special assessments. She wants these special assessments removed from the tax roll, which we have no authority over. Ms. Rasnow, in our conversation, did you not say that it's all about the special assessments?
The reason we filed the appeals is to try to deal with the problem with the water assessment, is true. But
Okay.
we've been trying to donate a good part of the ranch to open space. And after 2 years of negotiating with them, the last meeting we had, they said they didn't want the liability. So that's why I brought with me a realtor who is trying to find a buyer. If we can't donate the land and we can't sell it, then the land is valueless. And so I think by continuing it, we'll have an opportunity to know. That's what we're trying to do. And I can have the realtor speak as to what he's doing. But that's, to me, the reason. We can play games with, whether it's a special assessment, but the reality is we're being taxed. We're getting bills from the tax assessor.
Ms. Rasnow, I'm sorry, I'm just going to interrupt you for a second. Before we get too far into providing testimony related to the matter, I think we'll have a discussion about continuance, it sounds like, to the board. Neither the assessor nor the applicant is prepared to move forward today. Mr. Vlahakis, is the May 4th date one that works?
I think so. The applicant has a case scheduled for that date for 2014. I don't see any problem with May 4th.
Okay, thank you. Are there any other questions, comments from the board?
Nope.
Okay, it sounds like this might be something that will hopefully be worked out at the continued date, so unless there are any other questions, we'll look for a motion to continue to May 4th.
So moved. I second.
Okay, so moved by Mr. Curtis, seconded by Mr. Sisk, and so we'll get it figured out on May 4th. If not before then, I'm sure that any dialogue between now and that time is certainly welcome between the applicant and the assessor.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, next, item 43, application 13-10976. It looks like this might be related to the last. The applicant is Tina Rasnow.
Can the same thing apply?
So let's, just for the sake of formality, if you could come on back up one more time, and we'll get it straightened out. Is this application related to the previous items, 7 through 42?
Yes.
Okay, and still requesting a continuance to May 4th?
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Meyer, any comments from the
No
assessor?
further comments.
Okay. Any questions from the board?
Nope.
Okay, so I think we're looking again for a motion to continue to May 4th.
I so move. And second.
Okay, moved by Mr. Siska and seconded by Mr. Curtis, and motion carries. So, same thing as the last items, continued to May 4th.
Thank you.
Okay. Next, item 44, application 13-11-911. Applicant is Baxter Healthcare Corporation. Looks like we have a stipulation
Yes, no one has checked in for this item this morning. The applicant had previously signed an agreement to reschedule for today, and so they are fully aware of the hearing date today, but no one has checked in for this item.
Okay, and confirming that no one is representing Baxter Healthcare. And any comments from the assessor?
We have never received any data from this applicant.
Okay. So we're looking probably for a motion to deny due to lack of appearance, unless there are any questions from the board.
Nope.
Okay.
I so move.
And second.
Okay, moved by Mr. Sisk, seconded by Mr. Curtis, and motion carries. Next, item 50, application 14-10099. Applicant is Daniel McHugh.
A stipulation was received late last week for this item. I believe it has been distributed to the board for review. If not, you should have it available up there.
Oh, that's correct. We do have stipulation. I think Mr. Curtis, I know, reviewed it. This was in the first group.
I reviewed it too.
And Mr. Sisk also? Okay. Any questions on the stipulation?
Nope.
Okay, so looking for a motion to approve item 50.
I so move.
And second.
Okay, moved by Mr. Sisk, seconded by Mr. Curtis. Motion carries. And on next to item 52, application 14-10108. Applicant is Bedford and Nugent Corp.
Good morning, Chairman Stern, members of the board. Tony Whitmarsh, agent for the applicant.
Morning, Mr. Whitmarsh.
We have several items on the agenda from 52 to 59. And we're going to be requesting a continuance on those items. Generally, the items are missing income information as requested by the assessor's office that we're gathering for them. And these are just our remaining items for today's agenda.
Okay. And any comments from the assessor?
We just had not received all the information from this applicant, so we're not prepared to move forward. A continuance is in order.
Okay.
And I would like to request that we receive all the information at least 30 days prior to any hearing.
Okay. Is there any a range of discussion of dates for continuance that would, we'll start with the assessor in terms of time frame?
Due to current workload, we're looking at either June or July.
Okay.
We have,
Mr. Whitmarsh, is that range
Absolutely,
okay for the applicant?
Mr. Chairman. Yeah.
we have June 22nd or July 13th available.
Okay. June 22nd, work okay with the assessor?
I believe we can make June 22nd happen.
July date also available, if that is what is most
We
helpful.
can do July also.
Okay. No preference?
I'm sorry?
Any preference?
No.
Okay. June 22nd, okay for the applicant?
Yeah, we're agreeable to that, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. And Mr. Whitmarsh, will the applicant be able to reasonably get the information in 30 days before the hearing date?
We expect so.
Okay. Any
One-
questions? Sorry, go ahead.
One other question. Items 55 and 56, I believe you indicated a withdrawal on those two.
I didn't have my laptop computer went out this morning, so I didn't have that record on that one there. Is that,
That's Double High Financial.
did I send you an email? Because we had like 20-something items
Yes.
today, so originally scheduled. Did I send you an email on that one? Because I couldn't recall.
You told me which ones you were going to continue and that the rest were going to be withdrawn.
Right.
This was not one of those you had said you were going to continue.
Okay, so we can, because I didn't know, I had asked a reset, but if it's part of the email, then notice that I gave the assessor, and then it would be our intent to withdraw Double High, number 55 through 56.
Okay, so items 55 and 56, we'll go to that first, have been withdrawn based on testimony of the applicant's agent, and so we'll remove those from any further action. And so we're looking then at items 52 through 54 and 57 through 59, is that correct?
That's correct,
Okay.
Mr. Chairman.
And any comments or questions from the board? So we're looking for a motion to continue to June 22nd with the provision that all requested information be submitted by the applicant 30 days or more before the hearing date.
So moved.
I second.
And Mr. Vlahakis, are we okay with one motion that includes
Yes, that's fine.
those multiple items? Okay, so that was for items 52 through 54 and 57 through 59.
And then 55 and 56 were withdrawn?
Correct.
Great.
Is that
All right.
correct?
Thank you very much, members of the board.
Okay, so motion carries, and I forget now who made the motion, who seconded?
I did.
Okay, made by Mr. Curtis, seconded by Mr. Sisk.
Question for the clerk, has the withdrawal paperwork been submitted
A
by?
verbal withdrawal is sufficient.
Okay.
Okay, next, item 60, application 14-10229. Applicant is Richard Owen.
No one has checked in for this item this morning. The clerk of the board would recommend denial due to lack of appearance.
Okay, is Mr. Owen in the audience? Looks like that's a no. Mr. Meyer, any comments from the assessor?
Yeah, the assessors had no contact with this applicant.
Okay. Any questions from the board?
Nope.
Okay, I think we're looking for a motion to deny due to lack of appearance.
I so move.
Second.
Okay, moved by Mr. Sisk and seconded by Mr. Curtis, and motion carries. Next, item 63. Mr. Vlahakis, tell me if I'm going faster than you can write. Okay. Item 63, application 14-10322. Applicant is Eben and Hakimi Dental, Inc. Come on forward.
Good morning.
Good morning. Could you please state your name for the record?
Armand Eben.
Okay, Mr. Eben, are you prepared to move forward with your appeal today?
I'm kind of, but the assessors are not, so.
Okay. Let's hear from the assessor. Mr. Meyer, any comments?
We had not received any data from the applicant. I know you were speaking to our appraiser
Yeah.
prior to the hearing. And has he released the data to you?
No.
Okay. Okay.
Good morning. Arnold Greenberg, Ventura County Assessor's Office.
Morning, Mr. Greenberg.
The applicant may be prepared to move forward, but he's not yet responded to the assessor's 441D request.
Okay.
So we'll need him to do that first, and then hopefully we can resolve this without the need for intervention by the board.
Okay. And while you're here, Mr. Greenberg, would the assessor be agreeable to a continuance?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
And Mr. Eben, sounds like the assessor needs to get some more info in order to proceed. Are you able to get that info to them?
Absolutely.
Okay. And would you be willing to continue to a future date?
Of course.
Okay.
And Mr. Chairman, I have a copy of his 441D letter if he needs it.
Okay.
I'll take it.
And this is the letter that details what information is requested. Mr. Greenberg, is there a range of dates that would work for you?
Whatever works for Mr. Meyer and the board is fine with me.
Okay.
Looking at May 18th for this one, do you think we can get that one done?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so May 18th is okay, Mr. Eben?
Absolutely.
Great. Any questions from the board?
Nope.
Okay, looking for a motion to continue to May 18th.
So moved.
I second.
Thank you.
Okay, moved by Ms. Curtis, seconded by Mr. Sisk, and motion carries. Next, item 64, application 10343. Applicant is Ronald Hockman, and it looks like we have a note that there was no confirmation of appearance, but here comes Mr. Hockman, I have a feeling. Come on forward.
The assessor's office and I are trying to determine the value of the vessel that I own, that they are wanting to price it for more than what it's worth. So we're going to try to work out a deal. But they saying $179,000. I got receipts for $85,000. I'm ready to proceed and work a deal now. At assessor's office asking for an extension.
Okay, and could you just confirm your name for the record?
Ronald Roy Hockman.
Okay, thanks, Mr. Hockman. Mr. Meyer, any comments from the assessor?
Yes, Mr. Hockman did supply us with all the information. However, he did not return a confirmation of appearance card, so we did not prepare a case.
Okay. And would a continuance be something that
A
assessor would
continuance
be-
to May 18th.
Mr. Hockman, are you agreeable to coming back at May 18th after everyone's had a...
Sooner the better.
Okay. And I'm sure it's possible with communication before then that perhaps it could be worked out without having to come back.
I'm hoping that we could determine a fair market value.
Right. Okay, so May 18th is a date that would work for you?
That would work.
Okay. Any questions from the board?
Nope.
Okay, so looking for a motion to continue to May 18th.
I so move.
And second?
Okay, so we'll see you back then, or not, if it gets worked out ahead of time.
Okay, great, thank you.
Thank you.
Everybody have a good day.
You too. Next, item 67, application 14-10472. Applicant is Michael Dugas.
Good morning, Board. My name is Michael Dugas.
Good morning. Mr. Dugas, are you prepared to move forward today?
Yes, I am.
Okay, thank you. And we'll go next to the assessor.
Yes, Mr. Dugas has not returned a confirmation of appearance, so we did not prepare a case.
Okay.
That is correct.
Okay.
I missed the confirmation deadline of 30 days. But since then, I've sent in all the information to the assessor's office.
Okay, so it sounds like we're on the road to making progress, but the assessor has not been able to prepare a case yet. Are you willing to continue to a future date?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And Mr. Meyer, is the assessor willing to continue?
We are. I'm looking at probably June 22nd for this one.
Unfortunately, I'm being called to active duty on April 30th for 2 years.
Okay.
So prior to that would be helpful.
Prior to June?
Prior to April 30th.
April 30th.
I'm willing to go, under the circumstances, April 6th.
That's fine.
Does that work? Okay, great. So April 6th, any questions from the board?
No.
Okay, so we're looking for a motion to continue to April, did you say April 6th, Mr. Meyer?
Yes.
Sorry.
So we're
April
looking at
6th.
less than a month from now.
Okay.
I so move.
And second?
Okay, moved by Mr. Sisk, seconded by Mr. Curtis. Motion carries. Thank you for your service.
Thank you very much.
And we'll see you back.
And one comment, Mr.
April
Dugas,
6th.
I've got the card for the appraiser that's handling your case, and he's actually in the back of the room. It's Rick Denham. Okay.
Thank you. Okay, next, item 68, application 14-10477. Applicant is Dream Artisan Productions, Inc. Good morning.
Hi, I'm Karen George for Dream Artisan Productions.
I'm sorry, could you just a little bit louder tell us your name?
I am Karen George
Oh,
for
okay,
Dream
thanks,
Artisan.
Ms. George.
Yes.
And are you prepared to move forward today?
No, I am not. I've been in contact with the assessor's office with Scott there, and he requested that I ask for a continuance.
Okay.
The paperwork got a little shaky, so I wasn't able to get it in time, I guess.
Okay. And Mr. Meyer, any comments?
Yes, we did not receive a confirmation of appearance, so we have not prepared a case for this.
Okay.
I recommend continuing till June 22nd.
Okay, and Ms. George, is June 22nd a doable date?
That's going to be hard for me to do, only from the
Okay.
standpoint we've got a major accreditation that's happening, that the state is coming in, and if we could do it any time before that, it would be very
Before
helpful.
that?
Before?
Yeah, like maybe a month before. They're coming in sometime around June, and I could get called away at any time. It's a surprise pop-in type situation. Medicare.
What kind of property is this?
It's medical. It's
Medical?
a
Okay.
medical building, yes.
May 18th?
That would be much better. Thanks.
And you've spoken to Scott Combs?
I have, yes. He requested the continuance.
Okay, Mr. Meyer, did you say May 18th?
Yes.
And Ms. George, is May 18th acceptable?
Fine.
Okay, any questions from the board?
Nope.
Okay, I'm looking for a motion to continue to May 18th.
So moved.
I second.
Thank you.
Okay, motion made by Mr. Curtis, seconded by Mr. Sisk, and carries, and thank you. We'll see you back then.
Thank you.
Next, item 70, application 14-10505. Applicant is Big Sky Country Club, LLC.
We received a large value stipulation late last week, which has been delivered to the board for review. So this would be a request for approval of a large value stipulation, and if the board would like an overview, the assessor's office can provide it.
Okay, so this is the stipulation that we already have reviewed. Any questions from the board?
Just an overview from the assessor's office.
Yes, this property was originally designed as a golf course, and they have not been profitable, so they've been trying to get it rezoned for residential property. The city of Simi Valley has allowed it to be rezoned and reassessed it based on a decline in value, increasing the value due to those entitlements. However, since then, it was learned that the entitlements are not completely through because of other organizations and municipalities that take precedence over the city's allowance to construct houses there. So we want to reduce the value back to what we previously had.
Makes sense.
Okay, so looking for a motion.
So moved.
I second.
Okay, and just for clarification, Mr. Curtis, to approve the stipulation?
Large value stipulation for Big Sky.
Thanks. Moved by Mr. Curtis, seconded by Mr. Sisk, and the motion carries. Next, item 71, application 1410540. Applicant is Martha Wirtz.
Good morning. My name is Martha Wirtz, and I have a similar situation to the last couple of people that I got a call from the assessor's office that I needed to submit some more paperwork and suggested I ask for a continuance today.
Okay.
So.
And any feedback from the assessor?
Yes, we have not received any data from the applicant, so we're not prepared to move forward. I believe, have you spoken to Arnold Greenberg yet?
I'm going to, there he is, okay, yes.
So we'd like to get that data, and then we can continue this either June 22nd or July 13th.
Either, you call it, the sooner the better, whichever next is up. I'll be here.
Sounds like either would be okay. Is there a date that works best for you?
The first one.
June 22nd?
June 22nd.
Okay. And any questions or comments from the board?
Nope. Since you're here, you might talk to Mr. Greenberg.
Yes.
So.
Yes, I think that's the next order. June 22nd. And is there a time? Is it always 9:30?
Yes, you'll receive a minute order from the clerk that notifies you, I
And
believe.
if he decides that we don't need to move forward, then it goes, you'll know that or something?
Yeah.
If you agree to a stipulated value before that time, then it would be communicated between the parties.
Excellent.
Okay.
Thank
Mr.
you
Sisk,
so much
any
for your
questions?
time.
Okay, so looking for a motion to continue to June 22nd.
I so move.
Second?
Okay, moved by Mr. Sisk and seconded by Mr. Curtis, and motion carries. Next, item 73, application 1410715. Applicant is Veterans of Foreign Wars of the U.S. Morning.
Good morning. Thanks for inviting me today. We will just be requesting a continuance.
Okay, could you state your name for the record,
My
please?
name is Clay. First name is Clay, C-L-A-Y. Last name Cowgill, C-O-W-G-I-L-L.
Okay, and so Mr. Cowgill, you are asking to continue to a future date?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. And Mr. Meyer, any feedback from the assessor?
Yes, we did not receive a confirmation of appearance on this, so we have not prepared a case. I do have a copy of a 441D letter that was mailed to the applicant, and I'd like him to take a copy of that. I've also given him the appraiser's business card to contact the appraiser on this. Due to workloads, I'd like this rescheduled to either July 13th or August 3rd.
Okay. And Mr. Cowgill, is July 13th agreeable date?
July 13th is definitely agreeable.
Okay. Any questions from the board?
Nope.
Okay, so we're looking for a motion to continue to July 13th.
So moved.
I second.
Okay, moved by Mr. Curtis and seconded by Mr. Sisk. Motion carries. And
Thanks,
so
sir.
we'll see you back then, but it sounds like you'll have a chance to have some dialogue with the assessor before then. Maybe work it out.
Thank you.
Okay, we are down to item 78, application 1410789. Applicant is Cabrillo Economic Development Corp. Morning.
Good morning. Bernardo M. Perez with Cabrillo Economic Development Corporation, here to request a continuance.
Okay, morning, Mr. Perez. We'll go to the assessor. Mr. Meyer, any feedback?
We did not receive a confirmation of appearance on this case, so we did not prepare anything. So we are not prepared to move forward.
Okay. And is there a date for a continuance that might be agreeable?
I'm looking at either July 13th or August 3rd.
Okay. And Mr. Perez, is July 13th acceptable date?
It can work if there's any way an earlier date, or maybe we would be able to resolve the issue. We're talking to the appraiser, so.
Okay. And is
but
July...
if it can be sooner, that'd be appreciated also.
Given the schedule of the assessor's office, is July 13th the earliest, or is there an earlier date?
Due to workloads, we prefer July 13th.
Okay.
And the nature of the property.
Okay. So if that's acceptable,
Sure.
Mr. Perez, thank you. And yes, there's a good chance
Yes,
that
I believe so.
you could find an agreement ahead of time. So any questions or comments from the board?
Nope.
Okay. Looking for a motion to continue to July 13th.
I so move.
Second?
Okay. Moved by Mr. Sisk and seconded by Mr. Curtis. And motion carries.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you. Next, items 80 and 81. Applications 1410815 and 16. Applicant is Boeing North American, DBA The Boeing Company. Good morning.
Good morning, members of the board. Joe Vinatieri on behalf of Boeing. We're here to request a continuance either to the June or July date. Apparently there's a discrepancy relative to some of the information that Boeing possesses relative to the improvements up on the top of the hill. That's different, a little bit different than what the assessor has, and we also have some issues relative to a remediation injunction that is affecting the property also.
Okay, thanks, Mr. Vinatieri. Any comments from the assessor?
We did not receive a confirmation of appearance on this, therefore we did not prepare a case. We also don't have any data yet. I don't believe we do anyway. Due to the nature of the property, I'd like to have this continue to either October 5th or 19th.
Okay. Mr. Vinatieri, how do you feel about October 5th?
In talking to the Boeing folks, excuse me, that's fine. We are trying to get that data and whatever amount of time it takes to give it to the assessor and resolve the problem. Hopefully, that's fine with us.
Okay, and any questions, comments from the board?
Is this the large Rocketdyne property?
It is.
So a big property there.
Yes, it glows in the dark, apparently.
Okay, Mr. Sisk, any
Only on
questions?
full moons.
Okay, so looking for a motion to continue to October 5th
I
of
so
15.
move. I so move.
Second?
Okay, moved by Mr. Sisk and seconded by Mr. Curtis, and motion carries.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you.
What was the date on that?
October 5th.
Okay.
Okay, next items 82 through 84, applications 1410823 through 25, and the applicant is Julianne Chitty.
Stipulations were received this morning. The board was not emailed these yet, but they have been submitted to council for review, and they should be in the board's materials.
It's in the stipulations? These are the ones that kind of came in separately.
Oh, really? Okay.
It's funny. It's
slow day.
It's these three. I don't know who wants to review them first.
I think we actually already have.
We looked at them.
Just maybe didn't recognize
Didn't
them,
know which
but
ones
Give it to Mr.
they
Sisk
were.
again. Okay, any questions or comments from the board?
Nope.
Okay, so looking for a motion to approve the three stipulations, items 82 through 84.
I so move.
Second?
Okay, moved by Mr. Sisk and seconded by Mr. Curtis, and motion carries. Okay, last on our list on the regular agenda is item 85, application 14-10829. And actually, that's not true. We're trailing one item from the beginning. And applicant is Daniel Fressinet.
Yes, good morning. My name is Daniel Fressinet.
Good morning. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Good. Are you prepared to move forward today?
Yes.
Okay. And Mr. Meyer, any comments from the assessor's office?
Yes, the applicant provided a late confirmation of appearance. Therefore, we did not prepare a case.
Okay.
And I don't believe he gave us any data either. Okay.
Do you have it? Oh, okay.
Okay. So we'd like this continued to May 18th. Would that be all right?
Okay. So, Mr. Fressinet, it sounds like the assessor is not quite ready to move forward with their case. Are you willing to continue to a future date?
Yeah, that would be okay.
Okay. And Mr. Meyer, I'm sorry, did you say May 18th?
Yes.
And is that date acceptable?
May 18th. Yeah, they will work.
Okay. Any questions from the board? No. Okay, so we're looking for a motion to continue to May 18th.
I so move.
Second?
Okay, moved by Mr. Sisk and seconded by Mr. Curtis, and motion carries.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. See you then. And we were trailing item 6, I believe. Application 13-10777. And the applicant was Green Energy Holdings, LLC.
Good morning. I'm Michelle Fateh for Green Energy Holdings. Sorry I was late.
That's
I didn't
okay.
get sworn in either.
Okay, let's do it right now.
Okay.
You solemnly affirm that the testimony you're about to give and the matters now pending before this board will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, can you tell me your name one more time?
Michelle Fateh.
Okay, and welcome back.
Thank you.
Judging by the info that you brought forward, you might be willing and able to move forward today with your appeal, is that right?
I'm willing and able to move forward. I think the assessor did not want to move forward because they wanted me to get an estimate on what the cost would be to knock down the gas station, fill it 8 feet, and rebuild it. But the assessor value between what amount I'm looking for and what the assessor's looking for is about $150,000 difference. Mm-hmm. And I think getting a quote for knocking down a gas station, filling it, and rebuilding it would be overkill. But if the assessor thinks they need that information and the board thinks they need that information, then I'm more than willing to continue on behalf of the assessor's office and obtain that information. It's up to you all.
Okay. Mr. Meyer, any comments from the assessor?
Yes, we had requested information and she did provide it. However, upon receiving the information, we had further questions. Specifically, she said that the property was in a damaged condition at the time of her ownership change. So we were asking for cost to cure. And we haven't been provided with that yet. Not to demo and rebuild, but just to get it to operating status after your purchase. Because you said there was a lot of deficiencies in the property.
And Mr. Meyer, do you think if we continue, it looks like we've continued twice before, but if we continue again, does it sound like we're in a position where the info can be obtained and a continuance would help the process?
Can you provide us with the information as what it cost you to repair the facility and then reopen it?
You know, I could provide that information, but that is going to be a significant burden on me because you're looking at 3 years of not knowing what the status of the property was going to be. Therefore, there was patchwork fixing, and then it would fall apart again, and then fixed again, and then fall apart again because we weren't sure if we're going to negotiate with the city and have it knocked down, filled 8 feet, and rebuilt it. We were trying not to put a whole bunch of money into the repairs, but we have a lot of patchwork to get us through that period of time in order to keep it somewhat operating, kind of limping along until we decide how we're going to approach the issue that's there. So you're looking over a 3-year period, accounts payables, picking out invoices. But if that's something you want me to do, the same information can be provided if you guys want an estimate how much it's going to cost to knock it down and rebuild it, it's almost easier for me to get you that information if it satisfies what you're looking for with a $150,000 difference. But if you want me to take the burden of going through 3 years of accounts payables, which is a huge amount of work for me, then I can do that as well for you. It's whatever you guys need in order to get that lowered value of $150,000 less than where we're at.
When did you obtain ownership of the property?
Let me just step in for 1 second. Sorry. It sounds like the assessor's not ready to move forward with a case today, and applicant could be providing more information that would help the process. So rather than continue with testimony related to the matter, why don't we talk more along the lines of a continuance, if that's agreeable to both, see if it can get worked out. Sounds like there might be a difference in opinion of what information is needed, but maybe during the process that could be worked out.
Well, I'm ready to proceed today if we want to proceed. However, if the assessor needs the information to make a decision, which to me is overkill, then I'm more than willing to postpone it. But you have to tell me what you want to do.
Okay, we're going to request a continuance.
Okay. Is there a range of dates that would work for the assessor?
I'd prefer June 22nd or July 13th.
Okay. And for the applicant, are either of those dates
Whatever
workable?
you'd like. It depends on what you want me to do, though. It's going to take me longer to go through the AP than it is to get an estimate.
How about the July 13th date?
Okay.
Okay, great. Are there any questions, comments from the board? Okay, so hopefully you can both get on the same page in terms of information, and we're looking for a motion to continue to July 13th.
Okay.
I so move.
Second.
Okay.
Thank you.
Moved by Mr. Sisk, second by Ms. Curtis, and motion carries. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Vlahakis, I think we came back and took care of all of the agenda items. Are there any that you see that we haven't addressed?
No, are you guys here for a hearing this morning? Okay.
Just fans of the appeals board, I think. Right. They're actually my guests from my office coming to see what kind of crazy things I do when I'm here.
Must be a slow day.
Okay, so let's move. Right. Let's move next to our stipulations, items 87 through 113. We did not get the stipulations ahead of time via email, but I think everyone has had time to review them before now. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. So any questions on stipulations?
Nope.
Okay. Looking for a motion to approve items 87 through 113.
So moved.
I second.
Okay. Moved by Mr. Curtis, seconded by Mr. Sisk, and the motion carries. And next we'll go to public comment. And any board comment?
Nope.
Nope. Okay, so we are adjourned at about 10:20.